Hi there. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine. I have a little visit today. I've got a little bit of work to do. I got some things that I sort of have to sort, and I thought, you know what? Let's turn on the camera and do a little bit of work. So, hold on. I'm already getting things out of the way here. I've got a lot of work done on Grimm's Fairy Tales here. Oh, I've already hit the camera. Boy. And I'm just really happy with how that turned out. It's really, really pretty. It's got a nice feel to it. This is just so nice and sturdy now for a little book. If you watch my previous videos, for this little book was falling apart. So with a little TLC, yeah, it's just, this is a sweet little book now. And I have been working on the inside, you'll see here. So I've got the text block is in. There are 5 signatures. I haven't counted the pages yet, so I'm not sure how many pages. And I love how these end papers turned out. Oh, I can still feel a little bit of glue there. Hold on. That's the nice thing about the 3-in-1 glue and the Fabri-Tac. If you can be patient and let it dry, you can usually just sort of use your fingernail and get it off. Whereas if you try and wipe it off, sometimes you'll smear it right into the paper or definitely into your fabric. And if you can just, it's really hard to do. We want to just get in there and make it right. But if you can just sort of, if you see that you've sort of slopped a little bit of it, just leave it alone, let it dry, and then it just sort of gone. There's the, hold on, let me show you the back. The back is quite pretty too. The back has 2 fairies. Look at those sweet little fairies. Aren't they beautiful? These are the Flower Fairies series from Cecilia Mary Barker. Hold on, I got the book here. Cecilia Mary Barker. Cicely Mary Barker. Okay, I got it. This is a big one. I was really, really happy to find this in my thrifting escapades. Usually her little books are like the size of a Beatrix Potter, you know, the Peter Rabbit series. But this one, this treasury, it's not very thick, but there's lots and lots of just beautiful, bigger illustrations. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So pretty. And I was really happy to find this because these are big enough to be end papers. And sure enough, I mean, look how beautiful those end papers turned out. I just love the little bit of sort of rosy red in his pants, and there's a little bit of red there in the flowers, and of course some pink and reds here. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Now I've got to put in some pockets. I'm trying to decide. I'm not feeling like lace here, but I may put some of my ruffles down here. So we'll see. Not sure yet. I'm gonna think about it. But gosh, I'm really pleased with this, and I'm hoping it's probably going to be ready at some point next week to put into my Etsy shop. We'll see. I've also been working on the Gilbert and Sullivan book. Hold on, let me put this somewhere safely aside. There we go. All right, so I have been also, you go out of the way too, Flower Fairies. The Gilbert and Sullivan book is just coming along so beautifully. I'm going to raise this up, so hold on a second. I'm going to pause. There we go. That gives me a bit more room. Look how lovely. This old book is just coming along so pretty. So there's the gilding wax that I put on. Here's the faux signature threads that I've put on. Then I added this beautiful young lady who's working in the garden. I think it's the garden shed, because there's walls here, so it's not a hothouse or a forget what they call them. When the Victorians and that loved having glass houses to grow plants in year round. But I see walls here, so I have a feeling this is her. It's either a room in the house or it's the garden shed, and she's got plants going there. I think she just turned out so pretty. She was in with my batch of favorite pictures that I knew that someday I'd find the right cover for her to go on, just like the one 2 journals ago, Mr. Snook's book that had the Infanta Isabella on it holding her little pet monkey. This one, I finally got to use this piece of metal here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I think that's off somebody's kitchen cabinets or maybe dining room cabinets. It's even got a little keyhole there. So I used some, let me find it. Of course I can't find it. I get the refillable distress ink to just freshen up my distress ink pads. So I simply used a little drop of this with a paintbrush, and I just painted the inside. I didn't want it black. I just wanted it dark. And I think that turned out really nice. I thought the black could possibly look too harsh, and there's no going back, right? So I'd rather do it in layers if I had to. And I did. I had to do it in layers, and that's okay with me. I'm fine with that. So, oh, my text block is upside down. We don't need that right now. So the inside hasn't changed much, except I have chosen my end papers. These papers are from those books that I found way back when, the wrapping papers, the classic gift wrap books. I noticed Nick the Booksmith mentioned it today in her video. She just discovered these. Now, I paid a lot less. I found mine one day at a thrift store. So somebody got rid of them all. One I found on a separate occasion, so that when I found the other 4, I knew exactly what they were, and I grabbed them so fast. It was like that IKEA commercial, you know, the start the car, because you can't believe what you've got in your hands. This is from the one that has the chintz floral designs from the Victoria and Albert Museum. And I just, I love this. I think these rosy tones in the pinks look really nice with the rosy tones of this cover. This cover, I don't know if my camera in my phone is pulling it off enough. It's not red and it's not pink. It's like a rosy color. It's lovely. I love it. It looks like maybe it was red and it's faded into this rosy tone. So we're that far. Now I do have, let me put the text block back inside for now. I always like to protect that beautiful spine that I had to rebuild, and I don't want to inadvertently crush it. Because my desk, if you could see my desk right now, it's quite easy for accidents to happen on a desk that looks like this. So hold on and let me pull out my paper press, because I have the signatures righty tighty lefty loosey. I always have to tell myself which way to turn these things. There we go. Yeah, so I've got most of the signatures ready, but there's I found a Winnie the Pooh book here, cleaning my room. I'm one of those people when I'm feeling a little stressed, I clean and tidy and organize. And oh, hold on one second. There we go. Sorry, it was my hubby coming upstairs. Yeah, so I'm one of those people that when I'm sort of feeling anxious, I start organizing and tidying. And so although I was just complaining that my desk's a mess, I actually got a lot of work done the past few days. tidying up in here and just keeping busy. Busy work. I'm finding, I don't know about you, but I'm just finding the news on all the media outlets very, very stressful, very worrisome. I have the soul of a mother, and I'm just worried about the entire world right now. I'm worrying for the safety of the people fighting for their rights, and I worry for the safety of the first responders, the ones on both sides. I hate saying that term, but I just worry. I want them all to be safe, and I want the protesters to be able to say what they need to say and achieve what needs to be achieved. I'm going to get off my soapbox soon. But anyhow, I got into it especially because I think I woke up, I think it was Thursday, I got up, I finally checked my Facebook and found out my children are at a Black Lives Matter march. Oh my goodness. For a mother. Oh, so then I was nervous till they safely got home. I mean, I was proud, very proud of them to do that. But I was also very nervous. So here's all the signatures for Gilbert and Sullivan, and they look really nice. I just love putting my signatures into the paper press once I have them mostly ready. Let me grab the cover again because I want to see how much room I've got to play with. So far right now, hold on, I wrote down how many pages I'm at. I'm at 224 right now. This is going to be a big, big baby. Oh yeah, that's good. I like to see a good bit of angle, and that will give me room to put in some ephemera. I always say I'm not planning to do too much, and then I end up, like this. But I'm going to try again, try again. So I think this is just going to look, let's put our imagination caps on. And it would be like this and like that. Oh, that's going to look so pretty. Yes. Okay. Alrighty. So now what I did want to do though is I really felt like a little bit of Winnie the Pooh in here. I've got some, let me find it. I'm not sure which signature she's in, but I felt like putting a little Anne of Green Gables in. So I've got a little bit of Anne of Green Gables in here. The last few journals I've done, I put some Charlotte's Web. Oh, here, Anne of Green Gables is right here. Anne is invited out to tea. And then what's on the other side? Matthew insists on puff sleeves. Oh my goodness, I loved that part of the book when she got puff sleeves on her dress. Anyhow, yeah, so I did, I thought with this one, that lovely sort of Jane Austen type young lady, I thought, well, maybe a little Anne should go into it, but then I felt like a little Winnie the Pooh. So what I want to do then is, I think I'll make 2 sheets up. I forget which signatures could handle a little bit more. Yeah, I think 5 and 6 could handle a little bit more. I don't mind if a signature is going to be a little fatter than other signatures. I don't mind it being the center ones. If you make your first and your last signature fatter than the rest of the other signatures, meaning more spreads in it, it can really interfere with how your covers, your back and front cover, close, because it's just too bulky right where the hinge is. See what I mean? Whereas if you really want to either add more spreads, or else maybe there's something heavy you want to put in, you want to use a file folder, it's better to err on the side of putting that into one of your center signatures, just as far as getting some balance for your covers to lay closed again. I hope that makes sense. So I have some cute ones here that both have Kinga and Roo and Pooh and Piglet. So I want to, let's get this, I just want to join them together. This book that I have, where did I put it so I can show you? I was very, very saddened that when I started pulling it apart, oh, here it is. Got it at my thrift store, and I was very excited initially. I mean, 99 cents. But it's been glued together. It doesn't have signature threads. So, but I'm still, you know what? For 99 cents, I will make do. So I'm going to, oh wait, I want to bring you down a little bit. So I'm just going to create a hinge for them. These pages. So I'm just using the graph to help me know that I've got them even. Actually, I shouldn't be doing this so soon. I'm not ready to even do this yet because I need to get my paper ready. Boy, oh boy. Just going to grab some music. I'm going to make hinges out of music. This one's nice. That one's nice and busy. It's a love song. Okay. Let's use you. Oh, you're stuck. There you go. Okay. So, see what I mean? I don't need this yet. It's just going to get in my way. Now, what I want to do is I want to make a wavy edge to it. That way, if I don't have it perfectly centered, it's a little more forgiving to the eye. Again, I find with this extreme wavy edge here, you can't do a quick rip like that. You have to take your time and really push it into all those dents. It just, there's no doing this part quickly with the extreme waves. That side, yeah, you can just rip it and work quickly, but not with this side. I guess good things are worth waiting for. All right, now I need enough room for to make a fold. So it's just going to be approximate, which is why I like these dents, because if it's not perfect, it doesn't show so much. Now I'm only going to do one strip for now, but I will, once I turn the camera off, I'll rip up this whole sheet and have some of these ready so that next time I want to join some pages together, I'll already have some music ready to go. So I will do that later after I turn off the camera. Ink, ink, ink. So the other day, I read when you order on Amazon. The other day I needed some new distress ink because I was, although I dampen, I re-ink my ink pads. Sometimes the pad just gets so abused, you eventually need a new pad. And this one is at that point where it's, I swear it's got glue chunks on it and it's been quite abused. It's served a good life. And I thought I had ordered a new one of these and Mini Me arrived and I should have known it was so cheap. Part of me thought, oh, wow, what a great price. I should order a few. And I thought, well, I only need one. Don't be greedy. And a few days later, this arrives. So I'm using it for now. I have these little ones in other colors. I have some that are in, red and green. I think I have a really pretty turquoise blue, and a sort of a fuchsia purple. But I really didn't need a mini one of the broken twigs or scattered twigs or gathered twigs. Yeah, I needed a big one. didn't need this little mini me. And I eventually did go back and order a regular sized one, but now I want to use this up because it's still good. And I don't do any get-togethers, junk journaling get-togethers, so a tiny little one, I don't know. I need a full sizer. I'm a full size kind of girl, you know what I mean? So I could use washi tape to join these together, and I do a lot, but sometimes I just like the charm of just using paper, and especially using a paper that is quite evidently not the same paper as the paper that you're joining together. I find when you're just simply repairing old holes, so say perhaps I had a spread from a book, and it's still together, it's not too bad, it's just got some holes from where those signature threads went through, then yes, washi tape is absolutely terrific. But I find if I'm joining two completely separate pieces together, I do like the sturdiness of paper. All right, now now I can set this up. So let's get you even Steven. That feels like there's still some glue there. These don't need to be perfectly even. I find that I like that rough edge because I am only going to cover one side. And first of all, that's hardly noticeable at this, that it's rough torn. Oh, thank you. But if it is noticeable, I think it's a nicer look than doing a smooth cut, like putting it through my cutting board or using scissors or what have you. So there we go. So they're good. Now I'd like to put something heavy so they don't move. And of course I moved them. Oh, stop it. There. Maybe, you know what, you'll work better. Put a little bowl of rockets there. All right. I was finally able to find hand gel at 2 different stores this week. We are still limited. We're still only allowed, pardon me, where I live, we're still only allowed 2 per shopper of things like wet wipes, Lysol, disinfectants, hand sanitizer gel, that sort of thing. So whenever I see them now, I pick them up. So we've got a stash because I really do think we are in this for a long time till they come up with a vaccine. This is going to be a while. Hold on. I think you moved. There we go. Oh, Cadbury mini egg. Yes. My husband didn't see that. Sometimes he sneaks in here because he knows I have a candy bowl. There we go. So then again, I don't worry too much that it's centered. Mostly just that that fold is going to be covered, because once it's into a signature with other papers with it, you're never going to know. Okay. And I just want that glue to be not tacky anymore, because I'm not going to do that side, but I will. Here's where I'll use my crummy old pad, the one that gets glue and crumbs on it, and I'm just going to give that a little bit of distressing. I don't mind that music peeking through there. And then what I will do, because this is paper, and because the rest of my oh, sorry. I'm trying to find my scoreboard. There it is. Because all the rest of my signature papers are so lovely and pressed, I want this to also be lovely and pressed. So, where is... I think I've lost my favorite little bone folder. It's somewhere here in all of this. I'm going to have to use a different one, and I really don't like the other ones. I really like the one that goes with the board. It fits into that little nudge so nicely. All right, well, we'll use this one. Okay, so 3 and 3. All right, that'll do. There. So now we've got some Kanga and Baby Roo. You can see there. Gonna go in to one of those signatures. Oh, I shouldn't have got rid of that because I want this. Uh-oh. I hope I haven't glued this closed. That was still tacky. Yeah, you were trying. Not too bad. Okay, that's pretty good now. All right, I think I will... Oh, jeepers. There we go. I'm going to sneak this into maybe 4. Let's see if 4. Patience. Yes, I'm going to patience because Kanga the mommy has to be patient with her little Roo sometimes. Actually, that would look pretty because there's music on both sides then. See how I've used it here on that side of the Gilbert and Sullivan. I've used this method. Yeah, oh, there goes my alarm. 30 minutes already. Yeah, look at that. 29. Oh, boy. Well, I guess that was good timing then. All right, I hear you. I hear you. All right. There we I'm going to make some decisions about lace for this one so that if I'm going to do any sewing, I'll get it done now before I start creating a text block for this book. So I'm going to get on that now. Thanks for stopping by and visiting with me. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're safe and healthy. Take care, everyone. Bye.